So you may or may not be together. You may well something to fan off. So, according to reality TV, animation, and video games, we're applying a hip test to them. We're trying to figure out which one is reliable or not. And when you talk about video games, it depends on. Well, no video game is no video game is honestly honest. Depending on the game, for example, you have games like RPG shooters, regular shooting games, puzzle games, Pokemon, and 2K. Those games are honest in the sense that it comes from somewhere, but not in the sense that it's based off the truth. Because some of these games, like 2K, even though they're based off truth, they may be honest up until a certain point. Because every video game has a unique representation of how to do something. And for one video game, they may be able to replicate the same thing that's happening in real life. But like 2K, everything changes because I'm playing the game. The people who are actually in the game, they're not playing it themselves, and they're not controlling just their own person. They're controlling everybody. So there are different formulas and different variables that happen that make the game more unrealistic. Whereas you have games like Modern Warfare and Call of Duty where no clue where they got their information from because like you play the game and it's not even close. Because like, and then you have a sense of independency, or like 2K, they created their own network and their own gaming system, which is probably why they're doing so well. Where you have people like Call of Duty being bought out, and they have to go through an extensive process and extensive time in order to get their games produced. And it's very difficult to say that these games can be fun if everything that I do with them is based off of something else. It's not fair. And then you have the productivity test. Now, video games, no video game is productive in the sense that it helps you with something other than hand-eye coordination, and that can be done off of plenty of other things. But video games don't. If you're not trying to accomplish something in video games, they don't do anything for you. You're just doing it for fun, and they're just helping to stimulate your mind and doing it for fun. So video games, as far as productivity, not as honest, not as productive as you think they are. And animation is different. That one, even though there's like certain shows that go way off the handle and like have a very bunch of vulgar stuff, 95% of animation has some kind of message to it. So it's honest in the sense that the message of what they're saying is true, but not honest in the sense that the animation and the actual show is true. And independency, you'd be very surprised how many of these animation studios and animation places are very independent. They always talk about how they're trying, like one show, for example, South Park or Family Guy, talk about trying to get bought out by CBS and ABC and how they make fun of it. And for some reason, they're still on the network. So it's clear they're doing well. So, and then productivity for animation, yeah, I can say it's productive because animation, most of the time, they always do something to bring out a message, whether it's friendship, helping others, doing the right thing. There's always some kind of message with animation, no matter how vulgar or how crazy the show may seem. There's some kind of hidden message in there. And it's very enlightening to see because some shows like South Park and Rick and Morty are like, yo, this show is really crazy, and this show is off the handle. But after watching it, you realize, that message was about, the show was about doing the right thing, trusting people, trusting your family, realizing that you're not alone. So that's a good thing. And then when it comes to reality TV, honesty is not as, no. I honestly say reality TV is not honest because what they say is true, but at the same time, I feel like it can't be honest if every time I say something, you cut it out and replace it with something that was not said in that particular conversation. Because everything that's said is most likely out of context, so you don't know if this is what they actually said or they're fueling the flame to get more viewers. And then it's not independent at all because you have networks trying to gain more viewers, get more money, and buy these programs out. So you have something that's not true, and you're fueling the fire that's not there, and it's kind of frightening to see that places would do something like this just to make money. And productivity, no. I don't see the productivity in reality TV shows. There's nothing productive about it unless you're just trying to, unless you're the one making the money off the show. There's nothing productive about it because you have people fighting against each other. In most shows, people fighting against each other to either win money or just to be famous. And like at the end of the day, that's not gonna go with you when you die and when you go to heaven or hell. Like, what's the point of it? So I mean, it's not really productive.